Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you inside Tony Rose Arena here in Orangeville, the Bunny Barn, where tonight they will honor the 2019 Minto Cup Championship team that won out in Coquitlam. One of those players, my partner tonight, Jonathan Donville, will join me shortly. I'm Matthew Carrick in for the JVI Sports Network and the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League's Game of the Week, powered by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. A big matchup coming up tonight as Mimico, a 14-4 record with a win this evening, will clinch first place in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. They do have the tiebreaker over Toronto Beaches, the only team that can match them with their what would be 15 wins if they get one here tonight. And how about 8 straight for the Orangeville Northmen? A win here would put them in 4th place, jumping ahead of the Whitby Warriors with 1 game left to go on the schedule for both of those teams. Mimico are making their way onto the floor wearing navy jerseys on to our right-hand side. Crowding around Owen Dew, who will get the start. And you're looking at the Pee Wee team of the Orangeville Northmen along with Salty, their mascot. Again, the Orangeville Northmen will celebrate their 2019 Minto Cup Championship team and unveil their banner coming up here shortly before your Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week from Tony Rose Arena here in Orangeville. Reminder. Orangeville Northmen now making their way onto the floor ahead of tonight's matchup. This is the 2022 version of the team, as we will hear from the opening ceremonies, including a flag bearer. Pee Wee game happened before this between Mimico and Orangeville, an annual tradition here at the Bunny Barn as well. Looks like Nick Rose is ready to get our ceremonies started. We'll throw it down to the floor.
Welcome everyone. Nick Rose is going to start the presentation.
First, just want to say thank you to everybody that came to Alumni Night. Thanks to Mimico for being patient here. We just want to get a couple festivities done that we haven't had the chance to do the last couple years. So I'm just going to start by calling from Mimico, Curtis Buckta and Brody Cascanet, and from our team, Chris Origlieri, Jamie Hunt, and Jeremy Searle. Just come on. Just along the line. Okay, so tonight's a special night. These guys haven't had the proper celebrations from the 2019 Minto Cup Championship. So without further ado, we're going to invite all the Minto Cup champs from that team to come on out right now. We're just going to take a quick photo with the group, and then we're going to reveal the banner. All right, boys, if you guys can just line up along the line here and face the banner. Hopefully, Paulie's got this under control up there. Let's see it, Paulie. Obviously, glad we could get these guys together for a special night. It's a big game for both teams. I'm just going to give the mic back to Kara just for one more presentation for the graduating players from the last 2 years, and then it's game time.
Okay, now we'd like to take this opportunity to honor the graduating players from 2020 and 2021 seasons. We have some special guests helping in the ceremony, but first I'd like to thank Andrew and Devin Lee Holmes for the support this season. Without them, we couldn't have made this event possible, so thank you, Devin Lee Holmes, for your sponsorship this season. Yeah. Okay, first we have John Grant, one of our alumni. He played with us from 1985 to 1990. Woo! Next, Shane Sanderson, 1978 to 1986. Chris Schneider, 1989 to 1993. John Chandler, 1978 to 1984.
Oh, Nick, you gotta go.
Nick Rose, 2007 to 2009. Leave it to Nick to mess up. Bob Cleveley, 1980 to 1986. Rusty Kruger, 1992 to 1990. Oh, Bruce Codd. Sorry, Bruce Codd. Then we have Jim Rankin, 1994 to 1998. Lindsay Sanderson, 1978 to 1986. And Josh Sanderson, 1994 to 1998. And now for our graduating players, please come forward and stand beside Zach Deacon, Kyle Waters, Tyler Halls, Cam McDonald, Devin Dunkerley, Mike McCannell, Tanner Buck, Mike Vegan, Dustin Pratt, and Chris Weir. Yeah, make some room so they can get in the picture. Unable to attend tonight, Logan Swanton, Dylan Watson, Noah Longshore, Curtis Romachuk, and Sam Firth. Yep. And now we'll have our national anthem.
All right, sweetie.
Oh, do we not have McCann?
Oh.
Just don't back up on me.
Oh, Canada, our
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside Tony Rose Arena. Ceremony tonight honoring the 2019 Minto Cup champion Orangeville Northmen. Winners in 2012, 2009, 2008, 96, 95, and 93. Now all hanging together. Due to the pandemic seasons, Northmen were unable to recognize those teams. Good to have the Minto Cup in the house for the ceremony as well, as the Minto Cup will be just down Highway 10 later on this summer. It'll be in the building at the CAA Centre when the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League hosts Canada's National Junior A Championship once again. For more information on that, visit OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com. As I believe we're set to get underway. Josh Hiltz, John Vandergees, and Jeremy McNaught, the three officials, as they clear the minor players and banners and trophies and everything else off the floor. Jonathan Donville's made his way off the floor as well. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, thank you.
I looked it up. The only player 3 years running MVP at the Minto Cup. There's been a couple back-to-back, but you're the first one 3 years in a row.
Yeah, it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while on one hand, and then on another hand, it feels like it was just yesterday. So great to be back here. Excited for a good game.
And glad that you and your teammates had the chance to celebrate that the proper way here tonight, unveiling the banner, as we said, going up next to the 6 others that have come before you. Orangeville in their white jerseys. Nice flip behind here to Jeremy Searle on the crease, and that one did get behind. Owen Dew getting the start for Mimico tonight, but well in the crease, but prior to.
Yeah, Jeremy Searle, one of the members of that 2019 team, almost got this thing going off on a good foot for his club.
2 Mimico Mountaineers, part of that team as well, as almost pulled out a Tanner Thompson for the first time this year. Finley Thompson shooting that one wide of the mark, and it goes over and back. Brody Cascanet and Curtis Bukta honored along with Chris Origlieri. I knew I was going to mess this up.
Jeremy Searle,
yeah.
And Jamie Hunt as well for Orangeville. You mentioned Thompson coming into this game with 114 points and still at least 2 games to play. Just a ridiculous pace. That puts him right up there with some of the best seasons we've seen in recent memory here.
Well, and your 5 things to watch this year in the OJLL. We could have 5 players hit the century mark here this season.
Yeah, since Junior A went to a 20-game season about 10 years ago now, we've never had more than 3. And I believe 3's only happened once. There's a chance, like I said, for 4. And one of them is Finley Thompson, who, as I just mentioned, has already eclipsed it. In fact, he's way eclipsed it.
Trey Deer's shot off of Dew. Did it with a 13-point night against St. Catharines about a week and a half ago. Bounce shot in on Dew, this time off the stick of Noah Millsap. Rebound picked up by Mimico, and Bukta will run it up and over center. Bukta will take the shot, and Chris Origlieri making the save off the right arm.
Yeah, you saw Bukta, Lee, and Sykes all back on defense there for Mimico, so it looks like they're playing basically 5 up, 5 down to start this one.
And Dunavane will score, get the opening marker. Carson Moyer with a nice job off the loose ball in the corner.
Yeah, a nice little flip pass here from Moyer to Dunavane. This is a pretty simple little up pick here. Good ball movement, nice swing by Mimico, and then up pick here. Good little pass by Moyer and a nice finish by Dunavane. Dunavane might owe the JVI sports crew a little gift. It seems like every game we broadcast, he's on the scoreboard in the first couple of minutes.
Oh, I've seen some games where we haven't been in the house where he's put up points too. So it could just be a Dudemain thing, but we'll take credit if it's on offer.
Exactly.
Justin Sykes now wearing the captain's C. Thompson, pass back to Cascanet, who was open. Mimico having a chance to honor their graduates a couple games ago. Cascanet's going to get an open look here, and Origlieri will hang on to the rebound. And Justin Sykes presenting his older brother and now assistant GM, Matt Sykes, with his jersey.
Yeah, a lot of emotions for fifth-year guys this time of year. It's coming to the end. Junior lacrosse is an unbelievable experience, and when it's coming to the end, it's emotional. So look for those guys to be playing even harder than usual.
Going to be an open look here for Liam Matthews. Last time we saw Matthews, he was leaving the game injured, missed 2 games after that matchup in Brampton, but back in the lineup now. That pass from Kurtz was intended for Dudemain, nearly snuck past Origlieri, but Orangeville will get it back and quickly push the floor. Nearly had numbers. Nice little screen results in a shot from Cohen Jennings.
Yeah, you called it there, but nice screen by Colton Marquis in transition.
Marquis burst on the scene last year in the bubble tournament we had. As now Lee will pick up. Lee spins off pressure, takes the shot, and it bounces just wide of Origlieri. Orangeville wants that quick run out the front door, and that'll come into play a lot when we switch ends for the second period. Trey Deere now. Deere back into the corner for Matthews. His shot from a bad angle. Dew will make the save. Deere, another one of those players that really exploded in last year's season. Could have played with Akwesasne, elected to come up and stick with Orangeville.
Yeah, exploded last year, and Orangeville's coming into this game having won 8 straight. It feels like everyone on this Orangeville team is kind of peaking right now, which is what you want.
Asenza shot off the pad, it looked like, from here of Origlieri. The officials will talk about it and say no, cleanly up and out of play.
Yeah, I think that was a tough call from Mimico there. That looked like, from this angle, a nice save by Origlieri. Asenza put that to, or Asenza rather, put that to a good spot. Almost snuck it in the pipe.
Off the bench now is Marquis, trailing the play. That one definitely off due and up into the screen. 12-6 record for Orangeville as we sit off the top. Both of these teams are playoff bound. And because Mimico holds the season series with the Toronto Beaches, as a shot will bounce in just underneath the bar for Colton Marquis. We'll get back to Mimico and their playoff push in a moment.
This is a blown coverage by Mimico, just not communicating, not marking up. Bit of a miscommunication about who had the ball, and just walks in all alone.
Bryce Cordingley was left all alone before that, and not much he could do. Ends up sneaking the wrong way as Mimico nearly came up with that face-off. A pair of 16s going at each other, and it was Nate Ruff, the Mississauga Charger, who will come down with the ball. Cross to Marquis, a couple big high steps before crashing into pressure. Gives back for Matthews. Circling the net was Liam McGrath. McGrath will get it back. Open shot and Dew made the save. McGrath is going to get his own rebound though.
Pretty good offense there by Orangeville. Obviously that shot was pretty far out, but off ball movement, off a couple swings, that's one you'll probably take if you're the Northmen, especially later in the shot clock.
Deere trying to find Millsap. It bounced into the Mimico crease. Now Reed Kurtz, a trade acquisition from KW in the offseason. Dudemain from Moyer, and that got between Thompson and Isaiah Moran-Weeks.
Nice look by Moyer there. I think he was throwing that to the back pipe, but he might have had Moran-Weeks more open in the middle. Just hard to see those sometimes. Still a good look to Thompson on the backside though.
Donnie Scott back to the first overall pick in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League draft. Jamison Bucktooth, who gets around a screen and the shot goes wide. Bucktooth was taken down after that play, and now Hudson Thompson and Ryan Asenza are off to the races. And Asenza saved by the pad of Origlieri.
I like that play for Hudson Thompson, though. He's calling Asenza, telling him to follow his screen.
Now Nate Ruff will set a screen for Bucktooth, and another shot that goes wide. Bucktooth will climb the ladder and bring this ball down.
Wow, what a play. What a play to snag that Lucy with one hand.
Still on the Hornheads clock, though, so they're down to 10 seconds to get a shot away, and Aiden McDonnell will just try and muck it over against the boards. Ruff will pull it out, had a shot, and isn't going to have time to take one. I don't think Nate Ruff realized that was all on Orangeville's shot clock.
Yeah, Coach Kruger not happy about that one, just wasn't aware of the clock there. Actually had a pretty good look if he wanted it and didn't realize the shot clock was low.
Dudemain now setting the screen for Carson Moyer, who Dudemain will get another shot. Moyer has slowly climbed his way up Mimico's depth chart. Mark Waters taking hard into the far boards. This Mimico team that's been without Isaiah Moran Weeks for the last, I would say, 5 or 6 games. Jonathan Peshko was briefly back in the lineup, but he's been injured for roughly the same amount of time. So Carson Moyer really playing a big factor, as his players like Justin Sykes stepping up in the offensive zone.
Not that there's any surprise with these two teams, but a really physical start here to this game.
What a great rivalry, and win tonight, Mimico will clinch first place, because they've got the tiebreaker with the Beaches. Win here would put Orangeville in 4th as both these teams try and get home floor in the first round.
Nice little move there by Matthews. Not the biggest guy. Tricky for a shorter guy to pull a swim move, but when you're slick, you're slick, and nice move there.
Mimico will finish their season in what could be a battle for first place on Sunday in Mimico against Oakville. As Aiden Long will push this in transition. Numbers here for Orangeville. Long takes it all himself, and that shot off the arm of Dew.
That's a good shot for Orangeville. Nicely executed transition. Good pick, come around, shoot through a screen. That's good offense. Those will go in.
Big hit there in the corner. Do we have an Orangeville player down, I think? Or was it Searle that took the bump and took exception? No, there is. Whoever it was that got hit is still down as trainer comes out.
Now we have a break. It's worth mentioning, obviously, 2 great goaltenders, but Chris Origlieri's been, if not the best goalie all year, certainly the best goalie in the last few weeks. San Diego's played for the San Diego Seals, was around our 2019 Minto team. Been around this club for a long time. Playing for the Northmen means a lot to him, and he's a special talent at this level.
Some shoving in around that Mimico crease as the officials talk about it. Here comes the hit. McDonnell came in. Can't see who's down. Getting up now slowly is Aiden Long. We near the halfway mark of this first period. 11 minutes and 12 seconds to go in a 1-1 tie. And it's funny, you know, Origlieri started the season a bit slowly. I think lost his first 4 games, or 1 and 3. But now, as you said, as he's got more comfortable back with the summer sticks, summer nets, 8 straight wins for him and the Northmen coming into tonight.
Yeah, it's so hard for the goaltenders to switch between junior and the NLL, for the guys who are good enough to do it at that level. It's basically a completely different game. It's different size goals, different size sticks, different level. You know, people often focus on how hard it is for them to go to the NLL, but the same thing's true is coming back. They're playing essentially 2 different games, so it's no surprise that it takes a while. But Origlieri's locked in now. He's back to summer mode, and he's been really hard to beat here lately.
Trey Deer back for Bucktooth. Collision there with McDonnell, who was tied up with Searle for most of that set, as Searle had lost his glove. And, you know, we saw that with Doug Jamieson his first season. We saw it with Riley Hutchcraft. Took a bit to settle back in after his first year with the Toronto Rock. So Not surprising, but as those goaltenders have got back into form, you see why they're some of the tops in the league.
Yeah, and credit to them too for. I'll finish that point after we.
Well,
check out
that
this
might
replay.
be on us. There's Origlieri lets one in.
Yeah.
In behind his 2019 Minto Cup teammate Curtis Bukta.
I'm not sure if this was a set piece or not, but it certainly looks like one. It's going to be a nice pick here by Lee on Bukta. Comes right off and a nice release to catch and put it to the short side. But really a clever pick there to kind of flip it at the last second by Lee. Set a good seal off the ball, and Bukta catches it and buries it.
That'll put Mimico up 2-1 as we, again, near the halfway mark of this first period. Justin Sykes clean off the draw to Moran Weeks down floor. And a collision at the side of the crease. But Origlieri came back with a good save.
What a handle by Moran Weeks there. One hand outstretched, almost gets it to go.
The transition game that he brings was really missed on this Mimico team in his absence, as a sidearm shot here from Matthews rings off the end boards.
Yeah, Mimico's depth is really one of their strong points, especially when they want to get out in transition. Just having bodies who can play that way is so helpful to them.
Bryce Cordingley wants a shot. That one near the shoulder of Origlieri, but poking at it, it gets back up to Donnie Scott, who will bring over center. Searle. The far side, low pass there into the feet of Trey Deer. It'll bounce right back to Liam Ferris. Ferris and Kurtz jog out in transition, but will turn back and give for Dudemain and Lee now. Trailing the play is Finley Thompson. No one picked him up as that shot gets in on Origlieri, and look out here as in behind everybody's Cohen Jennings. Jennings tried to cut the angle. Carson Moyer went with him, and track meet starting here as Thompson will take a shot. Full splits for Origlieri.
I mean, that's just great end-to-end action. Smart hustle plays happening all over the floor. Great goaltending. If you didn't like that, as the saying goes, you don't like junior lacrosse.
William Matthews one-on-one here with Aaron Taguri. Matthews will spin around, takes it to the crease, and in the crease, says Josh Hiltz.
Another impressive isolation move there by Matthews. If you leave him in space, he's going to get to the goal. Mimico kind of gets bailed out there by the crease.
Rusty Kruger pointed at Josh Hiltz and said, "That's two now." And Hiltz said, "What do you want me to do?" Moran Weeks swim move doesn't work here on Elijah Edwards. As Edwards down the boards, Waters put a shoulder in him. And I think Mimico is going to get a too many men call as Waters ran past the door and defender came out. Under 8 to play in the first. Could be our first penalty as Bucktooth goes to Marquis on the far side. Back for Trey Deer recovers out of the crease. And they'll extend possession.
Yeah, Orangeville's got a full 30 at 6-on-5 here. See if they can use it.
Quick pass into the corner. Lots of time for Deer. Up top, Bucktooth rips a shot, and Dew will hang on to the rebound, and indeed we will get our first penalty of the game. The cross check is going to be the call. I thought that someone jumped early over on that Mimico bench, but cross check is the call.
Good stand there for Mimico too. Not easy to be 6-on-5 for that long. A pretty good shot at the end, but if you're Mimico, you're down a man, you'll probably give that up. So a good stand there by their 5 out there.
Well, we have a sec. Orangeville Northmen, Josh Sanderson, inducted into the CLA Hall of Fame earlier this week. We want to congratulate him and all the nominees. Well deserved. Shot through traffic, look out, bouncing ball in behind Dew.
Bucktooth likes that little leaner where he tries to drop his right shoulder and leave it to the left side. He's been close a couple times. That's one to look out for.
Mesh rippled there on the shot from Justin Lee and hit off the backboards, and
Early
off
shot.
the back of the net, sorry.
No, early shot there from Mimico just shows they want to score in all situations. Even if they're shorthanded, they don't care. They want to get up the floor and look to play offense.
Bucktooth faked the shot, turned it into a floater pass down on the crease to Cam Sanderson, whose quick shot was handled by Dew, but that could have turned into a pretty play.
Yeah, that's a good save by Dew. That's basically what they were looking for offensively. A nice quick stick. We see those go in all the time, so that's a nice save.
In the back half of the minor penalty now, Dew to Maine. Dragging the ball through power play defense. Origlieri will collapse over top of that ball that got caught. Oh, look out. I thought it was in his shin pad. So did he. Rolled right through the back door. And Liam McGrath saved a goal right there.
That might not look like a highlight reel save, but that thing looked like it was going right off the post and in. To just be able to squeeze down on the leg like that for Origlieri, keep that out, is an impressive save.
And do it so calmly, too. Here's Sanderson. Cross crease there for Bucktooth. Deer was there as well. 10 left in the power play as the shot clock resets. Matthews will ring it off of Finley Thompson playing the top penalty kill spot.
Yeah, for fans who watched our broadcast with Mimico, they're familiar with this, but Justin Sykes and Finley Thompson play the top on the penalty kill. Finley obviously the leading scorer in the league. Sykes one of the leading scorers on the team as well.
And Liam Matthews goes right through both of them and Dew at the same time to tie it at 2.
Yeah, we're 2 for 2 on the broadcaster jinx again here. So Orangeville's going to wait here to let the 5th guy come in so they don't give up transition the other way. And then in the little gray area going from 5-on-4 to 5-on-5, Matthews just steps in and rips a little underhand sidearm back to the short side.
So hard right in that exact moment where that 5th guy's coming in, and Liam Matthews well aware and takes full advantage.
Good recognition by Matthews. You're basically still on a power
Close
play,
to
but the 5th
center here.
guy's coming in.
This is interesting. No center line here at center floor at Tony Rose Arena, so kind of got to guess, and there's a few players nearly caught out earlier in this game as Matthews gets pushed out wide by Sykes.
Yeah, sorry. For those who aren't aware, basically the center line until this year, until they adopted the new NLL rules, was an irrelevant line. There was had no play in the OLA, so that's why some of these rinks don't have the center line, which is relevant for the 8-second call that you see in the NLL.
Finley Thompson, no help. He was looking for it, and Moyer couldn't bring it down cleanly. He bounces off the stick of Elijah Edwards and back in his own bench. I don't know if I can look at this floor the same if they put it in. Thompson, add another one. 51 on the season for Thompson.
Yeah, I think Orangeville just caught sitting on their heels a little bit here. Obviously, Thompson, as we mentioned a couple times in the broadcast, leading scorer in the league. It's just too much space. You're sitting, if your heels are on the dotted line, you're not really covering anybody. He just steps in over, gets a nice pick, just steps in and shoots it right through. Really hard for Origlieri to see that because it's coming through so many bodies. You got to get out and play the ball, and the best players. It doesn't feel right, but you got to get out and do it.
You got a piece of it, but obviously not enough as go back to the draw, and Moran Weeks will pick up. Buckta finds Moyer off the bench, down to the crease. Moran Weeks couldn't bring it down. Takes the shot in one motion. Didn't see his feet there. Looked like the hands were good, except for perhaps the shovel shot.
Really clever pass there by Moyer. I think he might have even caught his own man off guard there.
Bucktooth looks like his chin strap might maybe loose. Think he's okay though as it comes back here to the far side for Marquis. Down to Searle on the crease. As it bounces right back to, Jacob Garcia, the trade acquisition from Brampton. Justin Sykes powering down floor. Crashes into 2 defenders, and then the shot off of Origlieri. Trey Deer will be called for the back end.
Sykes is such a problem in transition, such a big man, puts his shoulder into his defender, and then obviously has the ability to finish as well.
Here he is again. How about the shake and bake to lose his defender as well? Lee
Stick broke.
Yeah. Before he took the shot, still did, and the head went flying. Speaking of flying, down the floor goes Cohen Jennings, another shot off Owen Dew. And now Hudson Thompson and Carson Moyer will come back for Mimico.
Nice save by Dew there from our angle. It looked like he was going to a pretty good spot in the top corner.
Dew to main for Thompson. Oh. Looked like the ball was going wide. Somehow finds Moyer. And Finley Thompson has it bounce off him and into Origlieri. If those are intentional, that's pretty sweet, but looked kind of haphazard the way that it all rolled out. Matthews being harassed high, quickly works it over to the right side. Matthews getting it back, a pick in front from Searle. Couldn't take everybody though, so Colton Marquis. What a defensive stand here for Mimico. They're going to get a shot clock violation as a result, with Ben McIsaac getting the last touch.
I think Matthews might be able to just shoot some of those. Again, if your defenders are back on the dotted line, you kind of just shoot it right over the top of the pile, and it's really hard for the goalies to pick up.
Here's Bukta for Castanet, a sidearm shot. That hits right off the throat guard, it sounded like, of Origlieri or Moran Weeks. Couple moves in front of him as he was trying to recover. Nearly potted one, and Josh Hiltz is checking on Origlieri. He says he's good to go. So Castanet will pass to Dudemain, who will take it to the rack and score. Second of the game for Lucas Dudemain.
Yeah, the on-ball defender here for Orangeville ends up falling, and Dudemain just finds himself wide open. Oh, excuse me. It's more of a kind of a low vacate play where the low guy gets out and Dudemain just burns his guy, goes right to the goal.
Cody Coulson taking care of Moran Weeks, kind of left Donnie Scott wondering where he was going to end up. And again, just a tough play. We're down under 90 seconds to go here in the first. Largest lead of the game for Mimico, who scored first and have not relinquished it. Been tied a couple times, but 4-2 as they try and take that lead into the locker room. Coming up at intermission, we'll relive that 2019 Minto Cup. Some highlights for you. As Cohen Jennings will flip here to Bucktooth off the bench. Both teams will have 2 timeouts to use throughout the game, 1 per period. As Bucktooth will put in the corner. Liam Matthews. Far side, the shot comes from Cole Teeple. First time we've called Teeple's name tonight, and that comes with 40 seconds left in the period, so no chance for Mimico to get last shot.
If Orangeville picks this up, expect basically an immediate timeout here. Try to get something for the end of the period.
Here's Lee. Can hear the bench. Use it all is the call from Mimico. Carson Moyer trying to shake free of his man. Got it to Dudemain, and with about 3 on the clock, delayed penalty coming. Orangeville will bring it down. And Jamie Hunt getting hard into his man, Dudemain, just as the shot was being taken. 8.9 on the clock will be a roughing call.
Expect obviously a quick hitter from Mimico here. You'd think probably one of the either Lee or looks like Dudemain playing the shooter spot. Expect a quick pick, one of them to come over it, look for a quick shot.
It'll be Lee opening it for Thompson to Isaiah Moran. Weeks on the crease.
What a pass.
And the first period will end 4-2. Mimico trying to spoil the party here tonight.
Watson scores. Dunkerley a little deep in his goal as he's here to their round robin game. Had their way in the second as well against the Raiders. Feed Watson, scores. He's got 2. Recall the empty net bid from Del Bianco at the buzzer to almost win the Minto Cup in Game 5 as Watson's got the hat trick. Wow. Somehow snuck that one in the short side. And Watson off to a hot start here for the Hornheads with all 3 Northmen goals. So the Northmen power play to the work for the first time, 64%. And you can add that. Still, it continues, Springer. 14s are going off here, and especially the one in white, black, and silver. Working picks in the middle. He'll back away to the shooter. 18 on the clock as Donville works in. Corkscrew shot, shits, and scores. Jonathan Donville with his first. And somebody else besides somebody wearing number 14 scored. Long either. They're 2 junior B AP call-ups. So that's a credit to the coaching as Watson's got 5. It's on the shot clock. Donville inside. It comes through to Watson. Scores! Are you kidding? Sock trick for Watson.
Who else? He's having a.
There's Watson. Down to Donville. Quick stick. It's in.
Yeah, see, that's 3 goals now, so that's the first one done.
Well, in Coquitlam, when you win the 50-50, Watson's got 7. The Northmen put 63 shots on Dunkerley. They get 10. As Game 1, much better than what we saw in the round robin between these 2 teams. Sean Springer, 12-1 in the round robin, but a 10-8 game in game numbers. Waters. Oh, how did Dunkerley stop that one? In tight for the big right-hander on the door. And now a turnover here. Donville trying to find it. He's got it. Donville scores. Not your traditional power play goal, but Jonathan Donville will take it. And I think they're going to get a penalty after. So one line had to stand on the other side of the door that opened. Like you had to hop the boards. Like, oh, what a shot from Watson.
Yeah, he's hot again tonight.
A low to high rocket from Dylan Watson. And he's got another. Water scores. Finally.
Yeah, Orangeville will be happy with that. Get him going, get Waters going, get Thompson going.
There's Donville, gets a path and scores.
Yeah, he used the players as a screen nicely there.
So smart. Just followed right in behind and lets the shot go using that pick as a screen. Defender, he'll turn away. Trying to create a little numbers game here for Firth. 5 on the clock. Donville one more time scores. Finally, for Donville, he says as he punches the air. Yeah, I think we're going to get off-sending minors here for both teams after that goal from Jonathan Donville. Graduating from the Shamrocks,
Yeah, we talked about Orangeville's graduating players.
Here's a chance. Donville's got another.
That's a stick. If you're Victoria, you don't want to see getting hung.
Down to 6. There's Watson. On the pop out, it's Donville. Back to Watson, stepping in. Watson! And he can't beat Dunkerley at the buzzer. Good luck. Got the shot they were wanting. Madronics, these guys have had great tournaments as well, and I think I've been pretty fair both ways. Pretty fair. There's a shot and a goal.
That's a nice goal right off the face-off. 10 seconds into the 3rd period.
Here's Waters. Sliding low, working with Tate. Waters gets underneath and he scores.
Yeah, that's a nice goal. I kind of thought he might get crease, but we'll have to have a look at this. But he got
Tate. Thompson from the wing. Got a pick, got a shot, got a goal. Finally overpowered Dunkerley on that sidearm correct.
Yeah, Dunkerley got quite a piece of it there. He was following with it, thought he had it pinned to his body.
The right-hander, he'll give it to Jonathan Donville, who's really having a solid game. Here's Waters. Oh, my. An absolute rope into the far side top corner for Kyle Waters.
Yeah, he's a big man, and he got everything into that. Ran a 6-on-5 last night that worked perfectly to make it 10-8.
See if they send a man back to the bench early here. Madronic, Preston, Madronic over the shoulder. Here's Dodds. That shot hit a body. The net is empty for Zach Deacon from center with an empty net. Dunkerley trying to scramble back in, and Deacon will score.
Yeah.
Roman Chichi just says, you know what? Forget it.
There's frustration with Victoria, but they still have another game.
Game over. 2-0 Orangeville, 1 win away from their 7th Minto Cup in Northman history with a convincing 11-5 victory here. Watson, oh, that hit somebody on the way. Oh, Duckerley with an early spectacular stop, and he can't stop Tate on the doorstep on the second chance.
Yeah, great save by Dunkerley, but just a heads-up play by Orangeville player behind the net, picking up that Lucy as it came off of Dunkerley and feeding in front.
As Watson with it now. One more goal for Watson. He'll become the Northmen's all-time goal scorers. Donville, 2-0 Northmen. Watson will become the Northmen's all-time goal-scoring leader at a single Minto Cup, passing Adam Jones and Adam Charlambie as he slid across his crease to make that save. Little pressure up floor caused the turnover. And the Northmen get it back that quickly. Waters.
Same situation happened last night. That's great pressure. These Orangeville forwards, they'll put a little pressure on you when you're trying to run it out.
Phil loading, feeding. Firth, one touch. Here's Waters. And it rolls into the goal.
Oh, Dunkerley just got froze there. I think he thought he had it pinned in his pads.
I thought he did too.
And
He did.
Just rolled down his arm, hit his leg pad, hit his other leg, and rolled into the net.
Now Donville back quickly. Good pass inside. Dunkerley equal to the task. Scoring, tight checking, and really having to work for your goals. And that's what we're finding here in game 3 is Thompson from the outside.
You know, it's a long ways out. Pickup kind of, he's a little upset at himself that he didn't get out on him, but he's a ways
Springer,
out.
though, like Thompson, I don't know how many shots he's taken in this Minto Cup. Probably upwards of around 4. Here comes Firth. Bukta. It's John Donville now with 10 on the shot clock. Size is up. Darts low. Donville on a reach, and it's in. They're going to count it.
Oh, wow. Wow. I was going to say, Donville, when he's going to try and drive that down low, you got to have that help sliding across.
I don't know if they feel like Watson scores. Dunkerley a little deep in his goal as he's here to their round robin game. Had their way in the second as well against the Raiders. Feed Watson scores. He's got 2. Recall the empty net bid from Del Bianco at the buzzer to almost win the Minto Cup in game 5 as Watson's got the hat trick. Wow. Somehow snuck that one in.
The Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week is brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and their hashtag #MilkUp campaign. For more information, including recipes, visit new.milk.org. I think by this time I'd have that down, but Paul, apologize. We had to get the highlights out because there's a game coming back here. I know you said you could watch those for hours, but...
Yeah, obviously. But no,
I don't know how you're walking straight with that big rock on your finger there, though.
Yeah, you know, probably the only time I'll ever wear it out of the house, or one of the few times I'll wear it out of the house, but, you know, why not tonight?
Teams will switch ends here, and this is where the Orangeville Northmen are very dangerous. Out the front door as 0-2 is in the net, down to our left. 4-2 after the first period for Mimico, who opened the scoring and did not relinquish the lead. We were tied 1-1. We were tied 2-2. And then 2 goals to end it for the Mountaineers.
So Mimico is currently on the power play, and kind of a crazy stat from this year is Finley Thompson alone has 25 power play goals and 22 power play assists. That's, for context, that's basically the best power play goal season in recent memory and the best power play assist by the same guy. That is like totally absurd. Mimico's had the best power play in the league. Go figure. And so look. With that being said, look for Thompson to make a play.
Well, again, your article, didn't you say the closest was 16?
Yeah, he's had the most goals by like 10, and he's coming up on the most assists as well.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
And they'll get another one here. This time it's Lee cutting through in front of Origlieri. As we got momentarily distracted by our water delivery, but how about the power play delivery here from Mimico?
Yep, we see that motion a lot from Mimico where they set the back screen for Thompson. And this time he comes all the way around it. Nice play. Nice little pump fake by Lee, and then he's so big. We mentioned that in a few broadcasts. His arms are so long when he can reach out his stick. It changes the angle so much. So that'll add another assist for Thompson. And the watch for him to have the most assists and the most goals continues.
Trey Deer will get pushed over, and penalty box door pops open as Aaron Taguri slams into it.
Yeah, great play by Taguri there to force a quick turnover off the faceoff.
Want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. If you can tune in tonight, still some decent numbers as Mimico cuts towards the net again. Finley Thompson. Elijah Edwards will get the restart here from Orangeville. That was the first thing we did when we walked in the building, was make sure the internet was good. As Orangeville will cut through, Liam Matthews shows off his moves right in front of the Minto Cup.
Very similar to the first couple he had in the first period down here. We've mentioned his ability to get to the goal. He has time and space here, a place where a lot of players would shoot it. Frankly, I thought he was going to shoot it. And then just a nice little kind of toe drag move and gets to the goal. Does a great job of getting back across the front of the goal and getting himself some angle. Got robbed by the crease in the first period rather. Scores one there.
Clean face-off win there from Jamie Hunt. Getting it back to Liam Perro. And Perro trying to pass through to Deer. Bounced off of Kurtz. And that ball still trying to find a home as Kurtz and Bucktooth collide down in the corner. Taguri for Deer up top for Matthews. He'll let a long-range shot go, and Deer and Taguri were tied up throughout most of that possession.
Smart play by Taguri there to let the ball sit. Wait, he might have been in a tough spot there. Lets it sit, has time for his teammates to come help him, and an easy pass.
Lee called in the crease. Origlieri, not only with 8 straight wins, but he is the leading points getter for all net goaltenders in the OJLL. First look is always down floor to that front door, and he can drop it in a bucket if he had to. Here's Matthews. Shot there, that hit off, I believe, Bryce Cordingley. Matthews will get it back down again. Late in the shot clock. Quick stick for Bucktooth. And just missed the net of doom.
I like to play before that from Teeple. As a righty, he gets so far to the middle of the floor, instead of getting back to his side, just goes and sets a pick on the lefty, and they get a good opportunity out of it.
Finley Thompson down low for Carson Moyer. Too far
Orangeville's
down
got
low
numbers here.
as he touched down in the crease. Orangeville always has numbers.
Especially for lefties, you mentioned it. Good call by you, but especially for lefties, this arena, the benches are so far down, it's an easy opportunity to get kind of breakaways right off the bench.
Yeah, 2 strides and you're in the fan. Bucktooth looking for Deer down low, and Ooh, bouncing ball in front of Dew. He was already in full Ken Dryden lean on the crossbar mode. Here's Sykes. Had it stripped out his back pocket as he was trying to shoot on Origlieri. Elijah Edwards with the strip, but Dudemain will bring it back down. And Mimico halfway through their shot clock. Still trying to get set here, looks like, but Sykes will rip one anyways. And Origlieri will make the save. Sykes straight back after it though, and he'll steal it back from Edwards. And now Sykes finds Dudemain with a head of steam.
Assist, number 44.
Dudemain for Sykes. For Thompson. Thompson around his screen. The shot, Origlieri the save. And two Northmen head out down the floor. Off to the bench, Elijah Edwards will take the second one out the door, and it's Liam Matthews. Mimico well aware as they went streaking back on defense. Matthews off the window, tried to finesse it into the corner, and just over top of Dew. 2-on-1 here for the Mimico. Moyer all alone now is hustling back with Cole Teeple to even up the numbers. Castanet for Thompson. Now Moyer fakes high and low, drives and scores.
Kind of a funky looking play by Moyer here. I'm not sure he thought he was open, and then I'm not sure he knew he was going to shoot until the very last second. But finds a crease and does a really good job, as I mentioned a few times, of reaching his stick out and reaching it right around over the area.
And how did he stay out of the crease? That tight and number of moves that he was putting on will make it 6-3 as Mimico starting to widen the gap here.
Obviously, Thompson gets a lot of the credit, and you know, well deserved. But Moyer had 80 points coming into this game.
Yeah.
With two more to go, I'm not sure exactly where he's at tonight, but he's had a number tonight too. He's working on a big season. Sometimes gets lost when there's a higher number on your own team, but 80-plus points is a big, big year for a lot of guys. Or not for a lot of guys, for anybody.
Wi-Fi in and out here in the building. They're showing him with one assist, but definitely has a goal to add to that as well. Wi-Fi in and out, go figure, eh? Here's Origlieri, spun around in his crease. The ball pops out behind him and into the corner for Buckta. Dudemain was all the way down floor, taken off with Owen Rand. Rand nearly picks it off as it's returned for Dudemain, and yeah, Dudemain's gonna go for the chop into the midsection there. It's funny, the trail official picked up that penalty. It looked like Josh Hiltz was just gonna give the interference call, but
yeah, also a good example of how having three officials out there changes it a bit this year. Just less stuff gets kind of lost in the shuffle. You get away with less. Good example there. Orangeville's going to a power play. If there's only two officials, probably not.
Well, our last game, there was a lot of things that the benches weren't happy about, and it was a two officiating crew with a couple Junior A games. Major Series is playing now. Junior B playoffs were in full effect, so they can only get two out to the building in Brampton, as Liam Matthews will get another one. Hat trick for Matthews.
This is actually the same play that Mimico just ran on the last one and scored. So it's made to look like Matthews is going to back up around a pick, and then the picker will just flip around the defender. So you'll see Matthews gets the ball right here as if he's going to back up. His picker flips around, he comes right back over the middle, and you're stepping into a shot. It's a nice play, and oftentimes you have one more pass as well, which you would have had to the righty shooter there. But if you're open, you're open. He makes no mistake.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, exactly.
6-4 now. That goal shrinks it back to 2 goals, which is where we started this period about 5.5 minutes ago. Reed Kurtz off the faceoff, trying to stick handle with the faceoff twig, still tied up down in the corner as Trey Deer out the front door got behind everybody. Sykes up for Ferris. Now Finley Thompson. To the outside for Bryce Cordingley. He takes top spot. Will pass back to the leading points getter in the OJLL. Riglieri with the save and a back in call. Another 30 for Mimico here. Waters. Cross floor and Thompson. Does that bounce off the end boards? Back for Dudemain. Trying to get away from Donnie Scott and Dudemain. Scott still all over him. Oh. Thompson with a shovel attempt towards the net.
Assist number 24.
Liam Matthews can't bring down the high pass.
And number 21.
Couple whacks at it from Dudemain and
At 14:26.
look at that, a loose ball and there's a Taguri in the vicinity, huh? One hop all the way up to Donnie Scott at center. Shot clock down on under 10 now for Orangeville. Couple fans and the bench wanted a reset, don't get it. Well, Matthews can't shoot it through Dudemain, who's now tied up with Trey Deere. And then Deere chops the glove off of Dudemain. And that'll just be a possession call. This is the OJLL game of the week. Saw some people asking about the Beaches game tonight. 4 games in the OJLL. This is the only official league stream. We will have Six Nations and Brampton tomorrow night. Moyer chasing this one down. It will not be over and back as it bounced off of Riglieri.
What a little pass there by Thompson. Only ended up being a 3 or 4 foot pass, but that only actually makes it harder to put touch on a pass that short.
Moyer, another shot, forcing a save from Riglieri. No shot count here in-house. Interesting to see what the numbers are as down floor. Quick save from Teeple, and Dew will deny the trailer as well.
Nice move by Teeple there. Pretty slick move around the goal.
Bryce Cordingley steals it from Teeple. Stick got high on Cordingley, and all arms from the officials stay down right in front of the Mimico faithful. Off to our right. Isaiah Moran Weeks snake bit tonight as this loose ball bounces close to the crease and away from Dudemain. His chop there, and Elijah Edwards sends the Northmen off with the ball. Matthews for Marquis. Returns it back for Matthews. Bucktooth in front, looking to set a screen. Bucktooth goes to the net, and that shot, well falling, goes over top of the cage. Noah Millsap can't bring it down, and Sean Ferris will. Excuse me, Liam Ferris. Knew that was going to happen at some point this season, too.
Great battle on that last shift between Bucktooth and Ferris off ball.
There have been so many good individual battles in the trenches here tonight, as there always is when these two teams play. Finley Thompson shot in on a Riglieri.
Yeah, we're good.
I think we're good. Yeah, that's good. Thanks, buddy. Shouted out Josh Sanderson earlier as Noah Millsap will go off. Don't think we've officially had a chance to congratulate Troy Cordingley as well, the new head coach of the Vancouver Warriors. An assistant with Mimico, not on the bench this evening.
I don't know for sure. I probably should have confirmed this, but his daughter Aurora playing for gold tomorrow with Team Canada at the Women's World Championships in Canada. So I would assume he's down there. I was lucky enough to play with Aurora this year at Maryland, and wishing the best for her and the rest of Team Canada tomorrow. I believe it's 12 noon tomorrow. So if you're listening to this and you're around tomorrow, turn on TSN and support those ladies.
TSN has been showing those games. I saw the bronze medal pop up in the schedule as well. So That has been a great tournament to watch, as it always is.
Right.
JVI had the opportunity to broadcast the 2013 Women's Worlds in Oshawa, and just fantastic tournament. Here's Dudemain. Shot. In for Donnie Scott, down floor, a number of moves from Liam McGrath, and Dew is going to stand his ground as the ball gets carried out by Thompson. I believe Brenna Shanahan on that team as well. Wish I knew more Orangeville alumni that could be playing on that team, but Mimico definitely well represented. Moran Weeks shoved in the corner, and Thompson will get it back. A low shot, and that one bounces past the Riglieri. On one hop down floor, in for Donnie Scott. He steals it from Dudemain.
Yeah, Orangeville giving Mimico a taste of their own medicine right now, getting up the floor. They've definitely had the advantage in transition, turning defense into offense, and haven't really got rewarded for it on the scoreboard, but those will go in. Those 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s are good looks, as good as you can ask for at this level. Those will go in.
William Matthews. Big screen in front. That's not called as Dew makes the save. It's bouncing in his crease. Sykes coming away with it. Down floor. Dudemain. Speaking of that women's tournament, saw US score like that in their semifinal match. Just the quick little redirection. .64 with 8.5 left to go. Penalty about to expire here for Orangeville. As Marquis will put it to Cam Sanderson in the corner. Cutter coming through, wide open, and the shot from Noah Millsap off the arm of Owen Dew.
Nice play by Millsap there. That's what coaches always tell you, go right through the middle. Go through the middle, you'll get rewarded. Doesn't on that one, but those will fall.
Kurtz in the corner for Sykes. Moyer, what a pickup and what a move. Spinning off of his shooting hand, still got it through to a Riglieri.
Late sub here for Mimico, so again, Orangeville's going to have numbers.
Cody Coulson to Trey Deere, and even with numbers, Deere gets double teamed as he cut cross in front of the Mimico netminder.
Yeah, really good play by Mimico to sniff that out.
Colton Marquis, shooting lane opens up, gets it on target, and Marquis with another quick change at the bench. Searle, a hard shot off the end boards. This will go for an over and back.
Yeah, Coach Kruger not happy with that one. Orangeville earned themselves a reset, then took a shot they could probably get whenever they want in the shot clock.
Here's Moyer. Carson Moyer for Buckta, for Finley Thompson. Nate Ruff will defend against Thompson. Pick set by Buckta, hard shot off the end boards, brought down by Thompson around the world. Never got through the defense. Moyer will bring it down with 10 on the shot clock. Shoots through traffic. Moran Weeks can't pick it out of the crease. Colt Teeple will, and immediately down floor, it's Jamison Bucktooth who just shot it wide. First time that play's actually connected here in the period. Bucktooth will not miss for a second time.
Mimico just keeps rolling the dice, not getting off the floor. And they keep giving up breakaway after breakaway. Doesn't burn them on this one. But Bucktooth ends up with 2 good looks and then a really nice finish here. Exactly what I mentioned in that first period, going with a little leaner. So you'll see him drop his right shoulder and push the ball to the top left corner. Gets the goalie thinking the ball's going low, drops right down, pops in the top corner. It's a goal scorer's goal.
Face off up for grabs. Still. And it looks like Donnie Scott will control it here for Orangeville. Don't look now, but they've closed within 1. Just trademark Orangeville. Does not go away. Has a long shot from Sanderson around his screen. Hits off the end boards, and we'll get the over and back again. Dudemain will get the restart here for Mimico. Again, they've led the entire way since opening the scoring. Carson Moyer for Thompson. Lee and Moyer getting it back with a screen. He'll go behind the net to Thompson to Dudemain cutting through. And now the Northmen run away. Coulson to the net, and Owen Dew there to make the save. Brody Castanet across center. Boy, would he want one here tonight. Thompson flips it for Moyer. Lee lost his man, who gets up slowly on the crease. Hard pass for Moyer. Too hot for him to handle. Cohen Jennings was the defender who went down. Goes back at Waters now. And Moyer will get a reset. Jennings is hobbled and he's stuck out there as Justin Sykes was down floor defending against the
one righty here.
Breakout.
Sorry, one righty here, just Finley Thompson. So look for, I was going to say look for the isolation, but didn't happen.
Now the quick
Numbers
shot from
again here.
Dudemain. Here's Scott. Donnie Scott waits for the trailer. It's Bucktooth whose shot hits Dew.
Really good, really good patience there by Donnie Scott to wait. I thought he maybe could have pressed the 2-on-1, but waits, hits the third man, wide open look. If you're Orangeville, you really got to start canning some of these.
Long, hard shot there from Cole Marquis. Hits the dasher and goes all the way down floor. Is Matt Sykes drawing up a play there? What's happening over on the side of the Mimico bench?
I think he's just doodling.
He was very intently doodling if that's what was happening. Here's Ron. For Matthews. Putting it back into the corner. Phil Sanderson motioning to Origlieri for something as Marquis is going to cut to the crease and score. I think they want Origlieri to take a water break.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want.
Why when you're rolling? There's Marquis putting it behind 6-6. The game is tied as Origlieri does come to the bench.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Owen Dew will do the same.
Yeah, when this game was at 5-2,
Rusty Kruger huddling the offense all around him while Origlieri takes the break.
yeah, if you're Orangeville, the message is keep going. They got him on the ropes. They're getting out in transition. It's exactly what they want to do. They know they have one of the best goalies, if not the best in the league behind them. They want to get out on the run, keep going. And if you're Mimico, it's pretty simple. Get off. You got to get off the floor. You can't keep giving up these odd man breaks. It's just ironic. It's been a strength of Mimico's all year. Kind of get beat at their own game right now. They got to get off the floor. They got to get back, get out on the run themselves, get some easy offense. Because Mimico is having a really kind of grind for everything, and Orangeville's getting out and getting easy looks.
That's been the game plan in this building for so many years. I was wondering if Sanderson was going to try and sneak the goalie. That's such a long run for Origlieri, though. Trying to think. Caleb Martin from Whitby's had a tremendous season. Will Johnston has had one for Beaches as Sykes tries to answer quickly. Off the draw, but that's going to give a rush back the other way for the Northmen again. And again, after that slow start for Origlieri, the way that he's really settled in now really is playing top spot. Another player who kind of opened eyes at last year's bubble tournament. Long shot off the end boards by Marquis, the most recent goal scorer. Trey Deer, quick stick doesn't work.
And then Origlieri was forced into NLL action a couple times because of COVID and a few other things, and held his own really well. And it's hard to contextualize how hard that is for a goalie as young as he is to play in that league and hang in there, and he did a good job.
First career win for Origlieri when he found out at the end of warm-up. Didn't even get shoot-around warm-up before his first win with the San Diego Seals that he was going to be starting that night, and makes a great save there on a cross-crease pass from Mimico.
I was going to say, we've had the broadcaster drinks a few times tonight. Whatever the opposite of that is what just happened.
Matthews, what a goal. The play from Bucktooth works to perfection. First lead of the game for Orangeville.
And how many times have we seen that in this sport? A big save on one end leads to a goal so many times on the other end. Origlieri takes away a goal probably from Mimico, and they get one back on the other end.
Assist to Trey Deer with the screen in front, and the dive play from Matthews. Give him 4 now in the game for Liam Matthews.
Just kind of loses himself behind the defense there. Manages to get open and then gets across the goal and scores.
Assist number 44, Jason Bucktooth. Matthews from Bucktooth at 2:53.
Yeah, in a shocking turn of events, Orangeville's found themselves another good young goaltender.
Right.
Pat Gregoire said that last year when we didn't really know a lot about Origlieri and just played lights out for the Northmen in that tournament and ended in the playoffs early for them.
Well, you got Rylan Hartley on the bench for Mimico or for Orangeville right now, and Nick Rhodes, the GM, walking around here. Two of the best best goalies in the world. At every practice, every game, so much time to pick their brain, watch them play when he was younger, that kind of thing.
Reed Kurtz lost it. It goes down floor. Picked up by Liam McGrath. And now Deer. For Marquis, fakes the cut. Goes back up top where Bucktooth is taking the floor. Back for Marquis. His shot over the defense. Gets his own rebound. Cut back goal.
Yeah, great play by Marquis. He's got a cannon. That thing flew out of his stick when he shot it through the screen. Nice shot here. Doom actually, I think, makes a great save to stick out his hand and take away the first one. Just like I said, it's such a hard shot. The rebound comes out, and Marquis picks up his own rebound and a nice little kind of dip and dunk move there to get the goalie off the pipe and jam it short side.
5 straight for the Northmen as they are rolling here in the second period. Stop me if you've heard this one before. And they control the face-off and will go back to work. Matthews, cross for Sanderson. He's met at the crease, goes back to Marquis. Him and Matthews have the hot hand right now. Bucktooth for Marquis again. Far corner for Trey Deer. Lost it, getting close to center, does save the over and back, but it's at the tail end of the shot clock, so Mimico just an extra about 50 feet to run there. Sykes, Dudemain, Moyer. Back for Waters. Fakes the overhand shot, cuts to the net as Trey Deer played defense on Finley Thompson. Thompson will set a screen for Lee. Justin Lee. Double team arrived, he lost the ball. Dudemain, quick stick goal! Thompson called for it, got it, and did not miss. Just his second goal of the game. But it brings the lead back within 1.
Yeah, we had a great angle of that from where we're sitting. I think the viewers will as well, but you'll see Thompson starting right coming up here in a sec. Yeah, he's open for a second, or he's open for a while rather. You'll see him on the back pipe, just open, calling for it. Yeah, we're gonna have a great angle of this, and Dudemain just flicks it right over the defense. Thompson goes up and gets it in midair, quick sticks that in. In hockey, when a goalie's playing really well, you know, the kind of cliche thing is you got to get traffic in front of them. You got to make it hard. In lacrosse, I think it's you got to get the ball moving across the floor. That's the only way to do it. You're not going to beat him if he can lock into you. You got to get the ball across the floor. It's something Mimico's actually done really well throughout the season, and a nice example of it there.
Moyer off the boards, looking for help. Big collision in front. Buckta went down, and a penalty is coming here against Nate Ruff. Dudemain wants the ball back as it goes up and out of play. He will get it, but with an extra attacker. Both teams do have both timeouts in hand as we head into the final 43 seconds here in illegal cross-check.
With 43 seconds here, I would expect Mimico to probably try to go really quick here. Take a quick shot, play defense, and then they can draw something up at the last second. We'll see. It's a little bit tricky on the power play because you don't want to waste your opportunities. But
well, it won't be Matty Sykes. He just headed for the foyer. So
yeah,
Dudemayne up top for Thompson. Shoots through traffic, does just that. Off the end glass, however, 31.4 is where they call the over and back.
Yeah, that's basically what Mimico doesn't want to do. They had an opportunity to take 2 shots. They ended up holding the ball, getting it down to under 30 seconds. Now Orangeville, if they're smart, which they are, will probably kill the whole clock. And Mimico kind of wastes an opportunity to get one more before the period.
Origlieri staying where he is. Again, this penalty kill for Orangeville. Cross floor Teeple for Matthews. Tried to look back for Searle. Got through to Owen Dew, and timeout will be called by Mimico with just under 10 seconds to go here in the period.
Yeah, Coach Kruger's furious, and I don't blame him. You're giving Mimico now 10 seconds left to draw up something else. That's more than enough time to get the ball up the floor, especially because they can pull their goalie. So they'll be able to advance this quickly and get a good look at the end. I know you want to score if you're Orangeville, but that's probably one where you just want to kill the clock out and go into the intermission up 1.
And number 19.
Came out of the intermission down 2. The lead was as high as 3 when it was 6-3 for Mimico. 5 straight to put it 8-6, 8-7 where we sit right now with the Northmen on top. Dudemayne, Moran Weeks and Finley Thompson will be on the crease. Dudemayne and Buck to the shooters. It'll start with Lee all the way back in front of Dew.
Yeah, watch for Thompson coming all the way around to the top here. They kind of ran a double screen last time. Watch for a similar play. Probably unlikely that Thompson's going to remain on the crease.
Play is on. It's Lee quickly up the floor. Dudemayne for Moran Weeks. And right on cue, they go to the quick stick, Moran Weeks. And he just shot it wide and snake bit tonight. Hands on the knees. Head dropped. He'll be the first one off the floor. But 8-7, and you called that final play.
Watson scores. Dunkerley a little deep in his goal as he's here to their round robin game. Had their way in the second as well against the Raiders. Feed Watson scores. He's got 2. Recall the empty net bid from Del Bianco at the buzzer to almost win the Minto Cup in Game 5 as Watson's got the hat trick. Wow. Somehow snuck that one in the short side. And Watson off to a hot start here for the Hornheads with all 3 Northmen goals. So the Northmen power play to the work for the first time, 64%. And you can add that. Still, it continues, Springer. 14s are going off here, and especially the one in white, black, and silver. Working picks in the middle. He'll back away to the shooter. 18 on the clock as Donville works in. Cork, screws, shot, shits, and scores. Jonathan Donville with his first. And somebody else besides somebody wearing number 14 scored. Long either. They're 2 junior B AP call-ups. So that's a credit to the coaching as Watson's got 5. It's on the shot clock. Donville inside. It comes through to Watson. Scores! Are you kidding? Sock trick for Watson.
Who else? He's having a.
There's Watson. Down to Donville. Quick stick. It's in.
Yeah, see, that's 3 goals now. So that's the first one done.
Well, in Coquitlam, when you win the 50-50, Watson's got 7. The Northmen put 63 shots on Dunkerley. They get 10. As game 1, much better than what we saw in the round robin between these two teams. Sean Springer, 12-1 in the round robin, but a 10-8 game in game numbers. Waters. Oh, how did Cam Dunkerley stop that one? In tight for the big right-hander on the door. And now a turnover here. Donville trying to find it. He's got it. Donville scores. Not your traditional power play goal, but Jonathan Donville will take it. And I think they're going to get a penalty after. So one line had to stand on the other side of the door that opened. Like you had to hop the boards. Like, oh, what a shot from Watson.
Yeah, he's hot again tonight.
A low to high rocket from Dylan Watson. And he's got another. Water scores. Finally.
Yeah, Orangeville will be happy with that. Get him going, get Waters going, get Thompson going.
There's Donville, gets a path and scores.
He used the players as a screen nicely there.
So smart. Just followed right in behind and lets the shot go using that pick as a screen. Defender, he'll turn away. Trying to create a little number scheme here for Firth. 5 on the clock. Donville one more time scores. Finally for Donville, he says as he punches the air. Yeah, I think we're going to get offsetting minors here for both teams after that goal from Jonathan Donville. Graduating from the Shamrocks, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about Orangeville's graduating players.
Here's a chance. Donville's got another.
That's a stick. If you're Victoria, you don't want to see getting hung.
Down to 6. Here's Watson. On the pop out, it's Donville. Back to Watson, stepping in. Watson! And he can't beat Dunkerley at the buzzer. Good luck. Got the shot they were. Madronics, these guys have had great tournaments as well, and I think I've been pretty fair both ways. Pretty fair. There's a shot and a goal.
That's a nice goal right off the face-off. 10 seconds into the third period.
There's Waters. Sliding low, working with Tate. Waters gets underneath and he scores.
Yeah, that's a nice goal. I kind of thought he might get crease, but we'll have to have a look at this. But he got
Tate. Thompson from the wing. Got a pick, got a shot, got a goal. Finally overpowered Dunkerley on that sidearm crank.
Yeah, Dunkerley got quite a piece of it there. He was following with it, thought he had it pinned to his body.
The right-hander, he'll give it to Jonathan Donville, who's really having a solid game. Here's Waters. Oh, my. An absolute rope into the far side top corner for Kyle Waters.
Yeah, he's a big man, and he got everything into that little. Ran a 6-on-5 last night that worked perfectly to make it 10-8.
See if they send a man back to the bench early here. Madronic, Preston, Madronic over the shoulder. Here's Dodds. That shot hit a body. The net is empty for Zach Deacon from center with an empty net. Dunkerley trying to scramble back in, and Deacon will score. Yeah. Roman Chichi just says, you know what? Forget it.
Yeah. There's frustration with Victoria, but they still have another game.
Game over. 2-0 Orangeville. 1 win away from their 7th Minto Cup in Northman history with a convincing 11-5 victory here. Watson. Oh, that hit somebody on the way. Oh, Dunkerley with an early spectacular stop, and he can't stop Tate on the doorstep on the second chance.
Yeah, great save by Dunkerley, but just a heads-up play by Orangeville player behind the net, picking up that Lucy as it came off of Dunkerley and feeding in front.
As Watson with it now. One more goal for Watson. He'll become the Northmen's all-time goal scorers. Donville. 2-0 Northmen. Watson will become the Northmen's all-time goal-scoring leader at a single Minto Cup, passing Adam Jones and Adam Charlambie as he slid across his crease to make that save. Little pressure up floor caused the turnover. And the Northmen get it back that quickly. Waters.
Same situation happened last night. That's great pressure. These Orangeville forwards, they'll put a little pressure on you when you're trying to run it out.
Phil loading, feeding. Firth, one touch. Here's Waters. And it rolls into the goal.
Oh, Dunkerley just got froze there. I think he thought he had it pinned in his pads.
I thought he did too.
And
he did.
Just rolled down his arm, hit his leg pad, hit his other leg, and rolled into the net.
Now Donville back quickly. Good pass inside. Dunkerley equal to the task. Scoring, tight checking, and really having to work for your goals, and that's what we're finding here in game 3 is Thompson from the outside.
You know, it's a long ways out. Pickup kind of a little upset himself that he didn't get out on him, but he's a ways
Springer,
out.
though, like Thompson, I don't know how many shots he's taken in this Minto Cup, probably upwards of around 4. Here comes Firth, Bukta. It's John Donville now with 10 on the shot clock. Size is up. Darts low. Donville on a reach, and it's in. They're going to count it.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, Donville, when he's going to try and drive that down low, you got to have that help sliding across.
I don't know if they feel like 6 is enough here either. Like, do you want to stop playing and just try and hang on? And they don't, because Donville has got 2 straight. And now the Northmen up 2. And now the Northmen 3:15 away from Minto Cup heaven. Waters will take the ball in behind his own goal. Phillips tries to get it loose. Waters still with it. It's the big man who wants to run out the clock. Down to 3 seconds. Kyle Waters and the Orangeville Northmen are your 2019 Minto Cup champions.
Just waiting for it. They've been working their whole year for this, and some of them their whole lives.
And now it's go time for Zach Deacon and the Orangeville Northmen.
There we go. Well done, boys. That's beautiful to see. And a salute to the Victoria fans from the Victoria team leaving the floor.
And classy on the Shamrocks to stay out for as long as they did.
Yeah.
Something they did not need to do, but did. And sometimes, Springer, when you stay out and you watch that, you let that feeling soak in.
Yeah.
That's going to be motivation going into next year.
Yeah, I want that to be me.
The Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week is brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and their hashtag #MilkUp campaign. For more information, including recipes, visit new.milk.org. Our thanks to the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, second year running with that partnership, as well as all our sponsors of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, these broadcasts, and eventually the Minto Cup as well, which returns to Ontario at the end of August. The CAA Centre in Brampton will play host, where last time it was there was 2009, oddly enough, won by the Orangeville Northmen. Nick Rose, part of that team, as they honor the 2019 championship team here tonight, which includes my broadcast partner, Jonathan Donville. I'm Matthew Carrick, in for the JVI Sports Network. And the OJLL third period underway between Mimico and Orangeville. Mimico starting on the power play and down 8-7. Bukta for Thompson. Thompson fakes the shot, goes to Dudemain instead. Rebound in front. Lee will pick it up. Thompson to the crease. Quick stick. Isaiah Moran-Weeks finally looks skyward after scoring.
So this starts with the same play we've seen from Mimico a few times, with the double screen for Thompson to come around. Instead of shooting it, he kicks it to Dudemain. They get a nice shot. Nice kind of collection here by Lee, and then they're just playing through all aspects of the game. And for Moran Weeks, he missed that last shot. His clearly disappointed at the end of the second period. Lucas Dudemain immediately came over, lifted his head up, made sure he was good to go. Great play, or great leadership, great teammate move by Dudemain, and then right away in the third, on basically an identical play, same player finishes this time. You know, that's what being a teammate. Well, that's why it's important. That's why leadership's important. And credit to Moran Weeks for sticking with it and getting one on a play he just missed a few minutes earlier.
Sykes and Ferris in on the boards for Mimico, looking for the loose ball off the face-off. It was won by Donnie Scott, who took a big shot, and Scott looks like he might be hurt as he heads off the floor here. Finley Thompson to the outside. He'll go one-on-one with Liam McGrath. Thompson waiting for the change to finish. Lee for Moyer. Moran Weeks again. Lee thought he had daylight, did not. Passes back for Thompson. Under 10 on the shot clock. Thompson will rip one wide off the boards. Moyer picks it up in front of the Orangeville net and just didn't quite make its way to a Wrigley area. Some react as if he was making the save, but that ball bounces up and into the screening.
Yeah, worth mentioning as well, another power play assist for Thompson. So as we talked about earlier, coming up on some big milestones on the power play and gets closer.
The third goal waved off, all down in this end. This time Jeremy Searle on the line. As that goal also ties it up at 8. Our fourth tie of the game. 1-1, 2-2, 6-6, and now 8-8. Here's Moran Weeks for Lee. Again, huge implications for both of these teams as Moyer cuts through on the crease. And the rebound over into the far corner. Moran Weeks drove right through his man. Ball still bouncing up for grabs, and Cohen Jennings will bring it down. Here for Nate Ruff. Ruff to Bucktooth off the bench.
Good offense there by Mimico. Nice take by Moyer. Gets right in on the goal. It's as good a look as you can ask for.
Cam Sanderson trying to lead Colton Marquis. The pass too far in front of him. Brought down by Justin Sykes, and Sykes is going to go for a run. Around Liam Matthews right to the net, and that shot off for Riglieri.
Again, most players in transition are looking for odd numbers or else they're going to pull it out. Sykes is just looking for basically any daylight.
Quick stick goal off the stick of Colton Marquis. Give him 4 on the night.
Yeah, very similar one here to the goal Mimico just scored on the power play. In transition, Orangeville does a nice job of playing through the possession. And then just a great pass by McGrath across the floor and a really nice finish by Marquis there.
(9-8) now in favor of Orangeville. Why do I get the feeling we're going to go back and forth all the way to the horn here in this third period? Reed Kurtz from the wrong side of center will pass it back over.
And number 22.
Ben McIsaac nicely leaves it in place. Bucktooth to the far side. Cam Sanderson trying a little pick and roll action with Cole Teeple. Teeple will roll it back to Sanderson after that didn't work. Here's Trey Deer for Matthews. Shoots through Travis. That is a hard release at the end. Deer picks up the rebound. Bucktooth ran through the crease, so he couldn't touch it. So Mimico. And Ryan Asenza up over center.
Coach Kruger frustrated again by that one. It's a couple of times you've seen that in this game where Orangeville earns a reset, then turns it over quickly after.
Asenza hidden to the boards behind the plays, so arm is high from official Josh Hiltz. Owen Dew is on the bench. Isaiah Moran Weeks is the extra man. Dudemain takes the shot, and Mark Waters into Cody Coulson. It's Bucktooth getting the roughing call. Kruger and Hiltz have had quite the conversation tonight. It's been going on since pretty much opening face-off.
Yeah, no doubt. See Thompson back to the top of the power play here, so probably figure something for him backing up again.
4 minutes gone in the period. Thompson and Lee, it starts and stays high. Now through Moran Weeks. Thompson, high screen from Lee, the shot from Thompson. Hits Riglieri, rebound bounces into the supporters section over on the Orangeville bench.
Maybe it's just our angle there. I think Thompson might have had more room on the short side, but he definitely had a Riglieri moving.
No look pass from Dudemain to Lee on the crease. Another save from Riglieri and another rebound for Mimico. Thompson behind the back this time for Buckta. Double team high on Thompson. They go to Buckta. And Origlieri will gobble up the rebound. Late in the 8 count here is Orangeville. They will get across center, and Lee's going to get called for possibly a hold. I wonder what this one's going to be as they came across center. As Searle, quick rebound on the side, Dew making the save on Millsap. And extended possession here, going down on the far side was McGrath. Trey Deer has it back. Does he ditch the Woody? Trey Deer coming out with a plastic head stick now.
Yeah, definitely a change from the first 2 periods, and I guess just wanted a different setup.
It was a bit snake bit with that wooden stick. You commented on it in warm-up. One of very few offensive guys to play with a wooden stick offensively.
Yeah, incredible skill level to play offense with the Woody. Really cool to see him doing it, but offensive players are superstitious sometimes too, and sometimes you just need to change up the vibe.
See if it works for Deer. As we're going to be 4-on-4, the penalty to Lee was a hold. As Millsap get it across for Matthews. Tons of room, creates even more for himself as that rebound takes 2 panes of glass to skip past Deer, and Ferris will get it up into attacking territory. Moyer doing his best shortstop impression to keep that in front of him and not go over and back.
A lot of room here at 4-on-4.
Dudemain looking quick stick there for Tanner. Did it again, Finley Thompson. Dudemain will shovel it towards the net. And Trey Deer brings it down quickly up for Bucktooth.
Yeah, Orangeville caught a break there. I think Thompson was open on the back pipe, just couldn't squeeze it, but definitely not a player you want to leave open.
Colton Marquis through Bucktooth. Now Cam Sanderson. Screen set there for the shot from Bucktooth. Marquis will take it and score for his 5th of the game on the power play.
Yep, same play we've seen a couple times from now for both teams. Start with Bucktooth backing up, and then Jeremy Sher will flip around and set the pick on the top side. Lets Bucktooth come back over. Puts a lot of stress on that defender. In this case, Justin Sykes throws it one more on the Marquis and makes a nice finish.
Is that why that works so well?
I think so. It's just you got to fight through it to stop against the player just coming all the way to the back. And then when the pick guy flips around, it puts so much pressure on that defender, and you're put in a tough spot. I'm not sure if our viewers can follow that that description, but maybe next power play I can try to explain it a little more clarity.
It's okay. There's no Wi-Fi service in Ontario.
Yeah.
No one's watching. Don't worry.
Fair enough.
Here's Hudson Thompson. I'll get that one right. To Brody Cascanet, 10-8. Another 2-goal lead here for Orangeville. Lee for Dudemain. Dudemain on the run. That one bounces just wide of Origlieri. His stick is cooled off after a couple of quick goals early on in this game. Mimico will be called for the over and back.
He still does. Dudemain does such a good job, though, of getting to the middle of the floor. I love that about his game. And you're right, his stick is cooled off here a little bit in the second half. Hasn't gotten one to go, but he just gets to such high percentage scoring areas, and it feels like the goals will always come.
With a little flip pass there from Trey Deer to Liam Matthews, now on his wrong side of the floor. So he'll give off to Millsap. Rebound off the end boards, bounces right to Ryan Asenza. For Thompson. Curtis Buckton now. Dudemain coming off the bench late. Dudemain will flip to Moran Weeks, who goes to the cage and scores.
Yeah, great play by Moran Weeks here. A lot of guys, when they catch this flip pass, will just look to shoot it or get it off because it is hard to take the pass with the defender running in your face. But a really nice play to make a little toe drag move right here And then again, it's a broken record, but it's just so much more effective when you get back to the middle of the floor, get across the front of the goal. It increases your angle so much, and he just makes a nice finish to the pipe.
You could see Moran Weeks pointing when Buckta had the ball to get that pass off to Dunamain as if they knew exactly what they were going to do as soon as that came cross floor with the pass. Mimico down 1 now as we're 2 minutes away from the midway point of this third period. Cutback move from Moyer. Bounces in. I want to see if Moyer ran through the crease here as that one was bouncing around, but either way, this one will tie it up.
Yeah, Coach Phil Sanderson for Orangeville not happy with that one. Moyer just kind of catches the Northmen sleeping here. He's such a smart player, such a slick player. Makes a great move, and then just like I said with Moran Weeks, gets across the goal, reaches out his stick on a good goalie. You gotta move, you gotta get there, and you can't score in the low angles. You gotta get to the middle. Pays off for Mimico twice in a row.
On second look, he did go through the crease, but it looked like the ball was already behind. Just a late call from the official. I thought it bounced around a little bit, but either way, a pair for Moyer makes it 10-10. And Liam McGrath high steps into attacking territory. Him and Ferris collide in the end boards. Here's Deere. Back with the plastic stick to Sanderson. He'll give way to Bucktooth. No return pass lane, so Colton Marquis hands off to Deere. Sidearm shot in on Owen Dew, and Deere will pick up his own rebound. Out in front, Sanderson had Mimico players all over him. So did Bucktooth, but shot over his shoulder and wide of the mark. Off the bench now, Cole Teeple. Here for Bucktooth. He's pushed out wide. Trey Deere will shoot again. That bounced around in the feet of Deere. Ferris hit after he picked up, and Bucktooth is tied up with Lee. Down on the floor is Ferris, who may have been hurt. I think they're just trying to untangle everybody down in the crease. Mimico will get possession on the interference call.
Yeah, Deere does a really nice job of shooting around his defender there. Twice in that possession, just shoots right off his defender's hip. Really hard for the goalie to pick the ball up in that situation. And a really nice save by Dew there to clamp down, not let the ball squeak between his legs, and keep the ball out.
After a couple misses with that wooden stick too, so starting to dial it in with the plastic head.
Yep.
He did score earlier this season in this barn on a last-second buzzer beater to give Orangeville a 1-goal lead. I believe that was over Whitby, as this collision with Finley Thompson on his way to the net. Liam Matthews. Searle. Big collision off to the side of Dew after that. Shot went wide, and now Trey Deere will pick up. Give back for Searle. Matthews. Low shot, skips off the end glass. Right back for Matthews again, though. Cutting back, Deere in through the front of the crease. And the shot went wide, and then Deere goes right into McDonnell. And it's going to be Aiden McDonnell who gets the unsportsmanlike penalty, or high stick, excuse me.
You know, this is going to be a good lesson for Mimico. This is getting close to playoff time. That's one you just can't take. It's just heat of the moment. You're frustrated. Everyone gets it. It's a violent game. It's a physical game. But it's third period. This is the money time. You just can't take that. And maybe you think the referee made the wrong call, but your team's down and has to kill off a 2-minute penalty in a game when the power plays have been extremely successful for both sides.
And as good as their power play has been, they are the most penalized team in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, are the Mimico Mountaineers. However, they do also have the most shorthanded goals in the league. No Thompson up top this time, though. They'll go Reed Kurtz and Justin Sykes. DJ Cleveley pleading his case. Again, no Troy Cordingley on the bench tonight, so DJ Cleveley slides in. Former head coach of the Mountaineers. Now taking the general manager role.
Also a longtime coach and player in the Orangeville Northmen Association, so I'm sure always a fun experience for him being back in Tony Rose.
I didn't think these two teams were allowed to trade with each other, but a lot of connections on these two rosters tonight, including yourself.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to play for both these incredible organizations.
Here's Matthews. That shot, I think, went off Kurtz. It was either the ball or the follow-through. Something definitely hit Kurtz before that ball went up and out of play. And Mimico fans and bench are letting Josh Hiltz hear about it.
Yeah, the Mimico section not happy with that one. Those are such a tough call. It's such a bang-bang play.
Here's Matthews. Space clears. Matthews goes to Sanderson and Deer in front. One, maybe two too many passes as here comes Sykes. Sykes one-on-one goes wide angle, and then Sykes, there's going to be a penalty for Liam McGrath running Sykes into the outside boards. After the play, and this will be a roughing call to put us 4-on-4 for a minute and 21 as we're tied 10-10.
Yeah, everything I just said about the Mimico penalty, the same thing goes for Orangeville. It's behind the play. It's just, you just can't have it at this time of the year. Coach Rusty Kruger really upset. I don't blame him. It's a frustrating play. Bad call, maybe not, but you just can't have that this time of year.
Especially after the defensive play was already made.
Right.
Taking out Sykes straight down the middle of the floor. Lots of room now, like you said. Thompson will set the screen for Buckta. Fakes the pass, back goes to the crease. The shot, Darryl Riglieri will make the save, and we'll get it into the paddle to play up for Nate Ruff.
Buckta is such a big physical athlete. That's really his strength. When he can get space, get underneath his defender, get to the goal. Really a load to handle in the one-on-one situation. Nice play by him there.
Trey Deer. Marquis will cut back, bouncing around in the crease, and somehow the English on the ball keeps it out. Kurtz will slow it down as he runs up over center. 30 seconds left, 4-on-4.
Oh, I'm not sure on that one, partner.
Lead to Moran. Weeks cuts in, and Origlieri will collapse over top of the rebound. Nate Ruff dealing with Moran. Weeks close to that center line. Passes for Cam Sanderson. We'll flip it for Colton Marquis. Sanderson, an early exit in last year's bubble tournament. You see the big brace on that left knee. That was the issue last year. Here's Matthews. Low shot forced wide as Ferris and Cordingley collided with Matthews, and Sykes will start it back for Mimico as they've got a abbreviated power play here. 7.5 to go in the third. Finley Thompson around the back for Lee. Lee finds room, took it to the crease, and off the shoulder of Origlieri.
Nice save there by Riglieri. Lee presents so many problems for goalies. Just sticks out the arm, makes a great save.
Donnie Scott now. Nate Ruff nearly got free of Finley Thompson, but Ruff will head off as Scott kills off the remainder of that man advantage. 10-10 with 7 to play. Marquis to Bucktooth. Trey Deer back to the far side. Colton Marquis, no time to shoot. And Asenza runs into the loose ball. Quick restart here for Mimico.
A lot of space here for Buckta if he wants it.
Only 4 Mountaineers on the floor. Late trailer is Justin Lee. Curtis Buckta now. Up to back for Lee, lost it as it hit off the tip of his stick. And now Elijah Edwards can't bring it down, but Cohen Jennings will. Here's Matthews. Sanderson. Big screen in front there, set by Millsap. On the crease, Bucktooth, what a save from Dew. Sanderson trying to get the loose ball.
What a clever pass there by Sanderson to throw a touch pass like that that loops in such a short distance. Really impressive play.
Carson Moyer over the screen of Dudemain, and Origlieri does stay in the crease. It was plenty close, but kept that left foot planted, kind of half in, half out of the crease.
I really like the look there from Moyer, but he's probably disappointed with that shot. Probably wants to put it to a slightly better spot. Not sure that bounce shot was the kind of the one he was looking for.
Dean George has the whiteboard at the ready with 5.5 left to go. Liam Matthews with the ball, however. His shot in on Dew, rebound. Cleared back up to the restraining line where Trey Deer will take over. Cole Teeple cuts back in on Garcia, who shoves him aside. Searle in tight to the crease, and that pass never hit its intended target. Garcia will carry it up over center. Brought down by Dudemain. Liam Matthews is stuck out there. He'll get the change now. As Mark Waters. Cross here for Thompson. Hard shot. Origlieri the save. Rebound up for grabs over on the far half boards. Moran Weeks in there for Mimico. Elijah Edwards for Orangeville, and eventually bounces into the big stick of Origlieri. Nate Ruff down floor. Ruff wants to force the action. Here to Bucktooth. Back for McGrath. McGrath gets a screen from Bucktooth all the way up to Sanderson. For Ruff and Bucktooth. 10 on the shot clock. Unable to bring it down was Noah Millsap. Sanderson does though, and Dew will just stand his ground and make the save.
Yeah, really good play by Aaron Taguri there. Orangeville had numbers in transition. Just good play to get on the ball, pressure the ball, talks Orangeville out of taking it in transition, and then end up getting a stop. And we're into the money possessions now. 4 minutes left. Every goal from here out is a huge one.
Lee, Thompson, far side, Moran Weeks. Dudemain will cut through. Buckton gets the pass, shovels it backhand in on Origlieri, and somehow Lee takes that away from two Northmen.
Tired defense here from Orangeville on a back-to-back possession. We'll see if Mimico finds an opening.
One-man change. It's Moyer joining the action now. Out to the corner. Carson Moyer, the cutter, Thompson. Ryan Shanahan will be mad if I don't call that the Bobby Allen, so
yeah.
Here's Moyer.
Third possession here for Mimico on this tired defense.
For Moran Weeks, shoots past the screen. Rebound down in the corner again. First one in there is Cody Coulson, who was out there that entire time. And Origlieri, that's about 4 straight loose balls that Origlieri's gained for his defense.
Yeah, and offensive coach head coach Dean George from Mimico, he's applauding as they come off the floor. That's all you can ask for. Good looks, getting the hard loose balls. Didn't go in, but that's a great set for Mimico.
Trey Deer, Searle was tied up on the crease, wanted a call, not coming. Here's Reed Kurtz pushing in transition. Trey Deer waves the stick at him, and now Kurtz will slow down. Let the offensive unit get back to work. Carson Moyer ducks under a high check. That wakes up the Mimico fans off to our right as Dudemain chases the loose ball in the corner. Under 10, and Dudemain looks off the high man, goes into the corner. Moyer's shot, saved from Origlieri.
What a play there by Dudemain to take the loose ball, get to the middle, and then throw a little flip pass.
Here's Nate Ruff again. Coming off the bench is Bucktooth. Not only can you feel the humidity, the tension starting to build right now. Again, huge game for both of these teams, knotted at 10 right now. Inside the 2-minute warning, Bucktooth shot off of Dew. Aiden McDonnell swipes the rebound forward right into the stick of Reed Kurtz, and he'll slow it down just after he passes center.
Kurtz just did so many things well for his team. That's a big loose ball and a big moment of the game. So many little things that don't end up on the score sheet, but he just makes so many effective plays for his club.
Lee trying to turn back on Elijah Edwards. Never got space. Pushes it here for Dudemain. The shot. Riglieri was looking for it. Rebound over in front of the Orangeville bench. It's Waters. Picked down by Moyer, the shot, and never got through to Riglieri. Bounces straight to Owen Rando. Searle across center. Mimico's called the only timeout so far in the game. So each team has one here in the third. Trey Deer for Matthews. That shot hits. What and who did it hit? Ferris was in there, as was Searle. There were a couple Mimico players. Ferris saying it wasn't him. Taguri and McDonnell headed over to the bench. Huge call with 56.1 on the clock, and they can't come to an agreement. Draw ball.
Yeah, we've seen that play a couple of times now where it goes out of play, you're not sure who. You know, it's just a tough call for the referees. They can't see it. It's the right call if you don't know, if you can't be sure to go to draw ball.
Well, especially in this moment here where a win for Mimico gives them first place and home floor in the first round. A win for Orangeville gives them 9 straight, and they'll move into fourth place in the standings. That would be home floor in the first round as well. Sorry, first place and home floor throughout the playoffs on the line for the Mountaineers tonight. Sykes chasing the loose ball into the corner. Picked up by the trailer Taguri. Back to the captain, Sykes. Late in the count,
Moyer's
though.
got space here. Look out.
Moyer takes the shot and rebound bounces to Ruff. Moyer lost his stick on the shot, 33.8. Orangeville will call their first time out of the game.
I don't mind that shot from Moyer. Orangeville or Mimico doesn't have time to pull their goalie in that situation, especially with the tie game. That's as good of a look as you're probably going to get, especially in transition. I don't mind him pushing that at all. We'll see how much time Orangeville gets on the shot clock here. Mimico will get probably 4 or 5 seconds at the end, but that is enough time to make sure Orangeville won't pull their goalie. This will be almost for sure a 5-on-5 situation. So again, I don't mind that shot from Moyer. It's just defense got to back him up there.
It's tough to try and figure out who's cheering for who in this barn.
Yeah.
People behind the net, and I do see some Mimico folks. I see Orangeville folks. They were banging the glass. The Booster Club open upstairs. A packed house.
Yeah, one of the great venues of our sport. This is a legendary barn. Obviously, I was lucky enough to play, on both sides of it in this arena. But even before I played in Orangeville, this is one you always get excited about.
It's your first time back, isn't it?
Yeah, first time back since 2019, and this is just an exciting place to play. There's a big crowd. It's always a good team in here. To win in this building as an opposing team means a lot. It'll mean a lot to Mimico if they can pull it off. And the Orangeville guys love playing here for good reason. So it's always an intense game here. I think we played in overtime a few times, and we'll see what happens at the end here.
Well, it'll start with Searle. Glass starting to wiggle as they bang on it.
20 seconds left on the shot clock here. Orangeville will take this all the way down. Probably 7 or 8 seconds left on the shot clock. They'll look to run a set piece.
Only a 2-second gap between that and the game clock. Here from McGrath in the corner. Deer, here comes the play. Deer over the top. Deer, no shot. Still no shot and due. Did that go off of him into the corner? Shot clock has expired. Game clock stuck at 3. Orangeville saying it's their ball.
And Orangeville's going to have time to run a 6th guy out of the box here.
Riglieri taking off, and the late comer, long shot by Marquis. Horn is gone. We're headed to overtime.
Again, stop me if you heard this before, but ball pressure by Aaron Taguri. Getting out, playing the ball, soaking a shot for his team. Takes away any chance of a last-second play there, and just a gutsy effort by both groups. Got some free lacrosse now.
Yeah, and there are some tired bodies down on the floor. Riglieri, stick on the knees, bent right over after he made that long run. Almost looked like he tripped on his way to the bench as well. In behind that play, and I mean, these two teams have gone head-to-head in the playoffs a couple times, and they've always been close, tight battles, and another one here, again with a ton on the line. So overtime procedure. Both teams will have a timeout because they still have one in the bag.
Yeah, and these are games that can really make a group come together, too. You're hot, you're exhausted, you're probably sore. You know, some guys are beat up and might be injured tonight in various ways. You've thrown everything you can at the other team. You got to find some new ways to do it. But that's just Ontario lacrosse in a nutshell. You got to find a way to make a play when the going gets tough. And that's how great teams become great, and that's how teams come together.
A reminder to subscribe to this YouTube channel where we'll take you all the way through the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs. We'll be in Brampton tomorrow, the Excelsiors and the Six Nations Arrows, with a start time of 7 o'clock from Brampton Memorial. 10 minutes on the clock. I highly doubt we're going to need it, as next goal wins. A rule change here for this season in the OJLL. Tiguri winning the face-off from Kurtz. Down for Moran Weeks. Oh boy. Slid to a stop on his knees and just couldn't pull the chute quick enough. And we get a timeout call quickly by Orangeville, who will drop their play 8 seconds into this extra frame.
Yeah, we just saw a 5-on-5 play from Orangeville, setting a pick for Deer to come over the top. So I wonder if we'll see something similar, maybe go to a different look. I think if it was me, I'd try to get Matthews and Sorrell over on the left side. They've had great chemistry all night. Try to get Matthews coming over the top. It's really given Orangeville, or Mimico rather, a lot of problems.
Ariglieri will return to the cage. It'll be a 5-on-5 set. Bucktooth going back to the bench. Trey Deer is out there. Liam Matthews, no surprise. Noah Millsap. Colton Marquis over on the far side.
Yeah, interesting strategy difference, too, with the new rules, as it's now sudden death, as you mentioned. With the old rules, when you was going to play the full 10 minutes no matter what, you never call a timeout this early. Whereas if it's sudden death, you get one right here, this game's over before Mimico's really had a chance to set something up. Interesting call by Orangeville, but again, now if it does go the full 10 minutes, they won't have their timeout at the end.
Kurtz is the high defender for Mimico. Here comes Matthews. 4 goals on the night for Matthews. Searle to the far side for Marquis. He's got 5. Tries to go for the winner, and Dew lost his glove while making the save, and as Mimico picks up the rebound, they will call their timeout. So that's 2 for both sides, and I believe that's it. You only get 1 back in overtime, if I'm not mistaken.
Again, the timeout is a gamble that you can do your play right and you get a goal, this game is over. So Mimico's looking to put this thing on ice right away.
Well, a very short huddle, too, as Curtis Bukta, Isaiah Moran-Weeks, Finley Thompson, Justin Lee are already walking their way back into the offensive zone. Again, Owen Dew will remain in the net. Lucas Dudemain will start with possession back in front of his goaltender. Dudemain jogging in now. Big tie-up over on the right side of the floor. Thompson for Moran-Weeks in front. He scores! Snake bit for the first half of the game. Isaiah Moran-Weeks will win it for Mimico.
What a play design here. Kind of an unusual play where the lefty comes over to the righty side to set a pick for Finn Thompson. I think the play was probably for Thompson to shoot this, coming around the screen. Instead, he makes a great touch pass back to Moran-Weeks, who seals a third period hat trick. And credit to him, we mentioned it, missed a shot right at the end of the second period, a heartbreaker, comes back in the third period, showed some real guts. Yeah, you'll see Thompson catches this, touch pass right back to Moran-Weeks. How many times I said it tonight, gets across the goal, increases his angle, and makes a great finish.
Hat-trick goal for Moran-Weeks. You saw him at the end of that second period with his head buried, returns with a 3 goal third, including the game winner 11-10. Your final score, Mimico will have home floor advantage. They have the tiebreaker, season tiebreaker over the Toronto Beaches, the only team that can catch them in the standings. Mimico will get the top seed, and the 8-game run comes to an end for Orangeville.
Yeah, what a game. It is an awesome venue, a great night, and a great game. Those players left everything they had on the floor. Again, if you didn't like that, you don't like junior lacrosse.
Another classic in the books between Mimico and Orangeville on the night when they debut the 2019 Minto Cup banner. A reminder that the 2022 version is back in Ontario at the CAA Centre in Brampton at the end of August. For my partner, Jonathan Donville, our director tonight, Rachel Wolf, and producer Gary Morrison, and the rest of the JVI Sports Network and the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, I'm Matthew Carrick. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. from Brampton.